Want to maximize your ancillary revenue? Our next demonstrator has figured out a way to do that. Please welcome Bob Dufour of Mondial Interactive Company.
Bear with me. Where am I trying to find the... There we go. Thank you.
You okay?
Yep, I'm okay. Hi, I'm Bob Dufour. I work for Mondial Assistance. We're the largest travel insurance provider in the world, and glad to be here today. You're probably all wondering, travel insurance, innovation, don't get it, right? Give me a chance to convince you. I think I can do that. We're part of, travel insurance is part of ancillary revenue. This is a big category within the tourism industry. It's a hot area within the tourism industry. It's got a very significant top-line effect. But the bottom line effect is even bigger because the profit margins on a lot of these products are very large. So again, a very hot category that we play within. I got a couple slides here. One is just kind of a context slide. The next one is a background slide. From a context standpoint, in 1997, we put travel insurance within the booking path of preview travel. And over the years, we were able to enhance that and modify that to where we got to the point where about 1 out of 20, 5%, would purchase travel insurance because it was convenient, it was easy. And over time, as you saw on that previous slide, there was a lot of demand on the part of the industry to continue to grow the revenue that was coming from that source. And the conversations at that time were really around what's the volume, what's the price, what's the revenue share. When we asked consumers, how many of them, if they were presented with an offer for travel insurance in the booking path, how many of them would buy? 35% said they would purchase. So we saw this huge opportunity to increase the amount of people who were purchasing by getting to that other 30%. But it wasn't that simple because we had to leverage the convenience, but we had to make this a relevant offer. We couldn't just put it out there because we had kind of gotten to a point of stability with that. We needed to find a way to get more people to buy, and that meant that we had to make it relevant. We had to make personal connections with them. We had to speak to them. And all of a sudden, the conversations that we were having were completely changing. We were no longer talking about all the same things. They were important. They were absolutely important. But now we were talking about things like customer segmentation, analytics, and testing. So those took over. So what's our big idea? Our big idea, very simply, is we try to get more people to say yes to travel insurance when it's presented in the booking path. And in order to do that, we need to make it more relevant. We need to talk with the individual that's there. We need to make a connection with them. But we also have a firm belief that by getting more people protected with travel insurance is a good thing. We think people should, in fact, travel with travel insurance. It protects for all these irregular things that happen when people do, in fact, travel. The end result is everybody's happier. Our clients are happier because they have protected customers. They're making money. Their customers are happy because they're protected in these irregular activities. And we're happy, I can tell you that. It starts with making that connection. So if you take a look at the people that are represented on this slide, okay, think about travel insurance and think about how you would appeal to each of these people. You can make one offer to them. Okay, one offer, but think about the couple on their way to Cancun, okay? If that's my son, who's a 20-something-year-old kid, if he's going to Cancun, he could care less about travel insurance because he is invincible, okay? He doesn't need travel insurance, right? The business traveler, what is he thinking? Do I need travel insurance? My company is going to take care of me, okay? The people who are going to Greece, think about that. I've got a family, I go to Greece. If something happens there, let's be frank, it's Greek, right? So you don't know what's going on. So you need to find a way to connect with all of these people differentially. So what we did was we realized that the solution that we had, our 1.0 solution, was not adequate to do that. So we needed to build something different. And here's where I would love to be able to give you a demonstration. But you know what? What we do within a website is really embedded within our partner's website. We don't own a website. What we do is we make our partners' websites better. Okay, so that's what we have. We have a system that we have built that interlocks with our partners' sites. So my demo is really to kind of show you how this works. So here's a typical offer for travel insurance that's embedded within a website. Remember those 4 people, those 4 different types of travelers. This is what all 4 of them would typically see when you were presenting them for an offer with travel insurance. Same product, same price, same content, same graphics, same location, same result. Okay? They're going to get 5%, same result. You need to change this. Okay? So what we did was we decided, let's build the technology that will allow us to connect with each of those different types of people in a much different way, to make it much more dynamic. So that family going to Greece, we have information that's coming over from our partner, non-personal information, but we know where they're going from, where they're going to, what class, how much they're spending, how many people they're going with. We know all that information. We can take that, and we also have other information that we can infer from that. How far in advance did they plan the trip? So we can take all that information and we can understand the person and we can understand the situation that they're facing, and we can respond to them with a travel insurance offer that's very relevant. And we can use things like the graphics that you see here that aren't trying to scare somebody, but are trying to say something may happen, and the Red Cross says we'll be there to help you. And the content and the products are designed to say what are the kinds of things that somebody could encounter if they were in fact traveling to Greece. What kind of travel insurance product would we have? The price is such that says, what's the relevant price that we should give this person? So all those components, the information is coming over to us. We're looking at where this person is, what site they're on, what language they want to be spoken to, what's their segmentation, what kind of products should we respond to, and we're taking all those pieces and we're commingling them and weaving them together to serve back an offer that speaks to that individual. So how do we make those personal connections? By leveraging all these things, where the offer is located, the kind of choice we give somebody, whether it's opt-in or opt-out or forced choice, we can manipulate all those, the product that we offer, the price that we offer it at, the content that surrounds it, and the graphics, all designed to differentially speak to those people who are going to Greece. Okay? There's another important part here. One particular client of ours, if you multiply out all the possible combinations that they have, one client, 29,440,000 possible combinations. Impossible to manage, right? That doesn't mean that there's one out of that that's a winner and everything else is bad. There's a gradation there, and what we need to do is we need to be able to select these and differentially test them, and we can do that as well on a real-time basis. Here's the end result. The end result is that you can see who we're talking about up there. This was presented a couple of weeks ago by one of our clients. The KPI that we're using, revenue per offer, which is how much money do we sell in travel insurance for everybody who comes to the site. We instituted Travel Insurance 2.0, 87% growth. I think that speaks for itself. It has very little IT impact. Again, this is, we are taking information in and sending back fully formed offers to our partners. So things like, I need to make a change, it's a phone call to us, we make those changes. Not only do we need to connect with people in fractions of a second, but we also need to connect with our partners in milliseconds. And if you don't think that's a trick, try and do this. And finally, what I would tell you is, there's 3 things that I would ask you to remember. The first thing is that if you're relying on ancillary revenue, and it's a mystery how you grow that, okay? If there's a bigger audience out there than you're getting, then there's a solution for you, okay? The second thing is that solution does involve merchandising. And the third thing is if you get it right, there is a really nice financial reward at the end of that. Thank you very much.
Bob Dufour of Mondial Interactive Company.